Welcome to session 3, and I'm so excited that we're going to be painting. So, we'll be painting from now on. We'll paint 2 paintings today, and we'll just go on from there. Here's what we're going to be painting today, and we're going to start off. I sent you guys the actual. Can't think right now. The actual tracing paper, and what you'll do is you can use this with any. You should use this with anything you're going to paint with acrylics. You put it on top of the picture or magazine picture or whatever you want to do, and then you trace it. And I already traced it on this one. You have one similar to this one. This is the first one. You have a 1 here in the corner. And then on the back, you want to use a very sharp pencil. And on the back, you're going to put lead on the lines so that it will trace on. And you just want a light tracing. You don't want a heavy tracing. Let's see. And we're using the paper today. Put it onto the paper. Now I'm just going to trace on to the watercolor paper, what we have here. So like this. The dogs are watching right now. They don't know what I'm doing. What is he doing? But they're quiet at least. They were a little louder earlier. So here we go. You can always pick it up to make sure that you're coming through. Just have this left. So when you're doing the tracings, you want to make it very simple. You don't want to make it really detailed. You can make it detailed when you do the actual painting. So, save the details. You just want the main structures that you're going to have in your painting. And yep, so you can barely see it. You see it? You can barely see it. That's exactly what you want. Okay, so one of the hints that they give you about water painting, or about, see how this is curled up? Well, when you're putting it onto your board, make sure that you use the masking tape to tie it down. This is going to be our second painting. To keep it from curling like this. Because what happened was we're going to put water on the paper, and then we're going to paint on it with actually really watered down paint, and then we're going to let it dry. And so when it dries, it curls a little bit. So let's try it to make it not curl this time. And we'll see how this works. So I don't have a board actually. This is actually a carpet remnant, and so I didn't have a board to use. So I'm just, let's try to see what happens when we do this. Should stick okay. Okay, let's see. There. Let's see if it really works. Okay, so I'll be referring back to this so you can see what we're doing. The first thing you do is you have your tubs of water. One's going to be the clean one you're using to dilute the paint, and the other one's going to be for cleaning your brushes. Have some paper towels out to help you clean your brushes. Oh, and clean your palette every time you use it, because this is what happens when you don't clean it. Now I can't get it off. I've soaked it, I've done all these things, but it's just too late. The acrylic stuck to it really well. So just FYI. Okay, so okay, so you want to take a really wide brush, this size, And we're going to take just the plain water, and we're going to just do one coat on the paper, just to do the top half right now. We're just going to do the sky right now. Okay, go down to you can see the shimmer that you have on there. Don't worry about, this is something that when you're practicing, you can tell you can practice with how much water you want to use on the background, because the more water you use, the more effect you get. Okay, so we're going to take the next size down, this size, and we're going to take the azure blue. Oh, I don't have azure blue in here. I'm sorry, cobalt blue. And we're going to just do a little bit of it. And we're going to take, first, we're going to get some water, and we're going to put it into the cup. So you want it pretty, this is about how much you want. You can put outside too. You want to mix outside the cup. So you want it pretty well. This is going to be, what would that like be? Really creamy still. Okay, and we're going to be doing, start at the top, and you're going to just paint. And as you go down, you see that it gets a little bit lighter. It's going to get lighter when it gets closer to the bottom. Okay, put a little bit more water in to the paint. And we're going to go all the way down to the, so I'm trying to take out all the kind of like, all the stroke marks out of them. See how there's some brush hairs. Got them. Okay. Okay, so we're going to rinse our blush out. We're going to go into the white now. So make sure your brush is clean. Okay, so we're going to add some, add some water to the white. Okay, you're going to water down the white a little bit. There we go. Okay. Add a little bit more blue. So you want to kind of like make it look like a sky, right? Don't worry about it. I might put some more blue in here. There we go. Okay, now we're down to here's the horizon. It's where the land meets the. Okay, we're gonna let this dry a little bit, and we're gonna come back and put some clouds in. Okay. So next, wash your brush. Make it kind of smooth. See how that's kind of look like a sky, starting to at least. Get your brush out. And dry it. Okay, so next we're going to use, next we're going to use this brush is the smaller one. And we're going to use we're going to do the sand now. So we're going to use the burnt sienna, which is kind of it's the brownish of the two. It's this one here. These guys drive fast. Okay. In here. Okay, you want some water. Okay. Add it. Okay, and this is a deeper color. So add a little bit more water. So when we put this in, see how dark it is? We're going to want to water it down a little bit more. We want it to look like sand. Okay. See how we want it to look like sandy. Okay. And we go all the way down to the bottom. I'm running out of water really fast. These must be dry here today. There we go. So the more you paint, the better you'll get. So if you want to, like be a really good painter, then you'll need to like spend some time painting. And it takes a pretty long time to learn all the techniques and stuff, but I never feel like I never learned it all. So I still take classes once a month. Before the virus, it was once a month. And just to get new ideas and to practice your techniques. And we used to take like paper or canvas, and we would practice all skies on one, just do all skies. We do all, see how it's, like it's running out of water already. So I'm just going to take water on here. Just apply water directly to the paper. See how it just like, after it dries, after it really dries, you can't do this, but you can do it while you're painting. That's one of the good things about acrylics. Okay, so that's your sand. Now, how do you want your sand? You want it to look like this, where it has like you can see like there's little lines in the sand, or you can do it whatever you want, however you want it. I'm going to do mine like just the original picture had. So I'm just going to make lines. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's wash our brush and dry it. So next we want to do, there's two hills. There's a hill behind, and then there's a bigger hill in the distance. So that's one's going to be darker brown. It's going to be the umber brown, and this is going to be the crimson red. So we're going to do crimson red. So again, take your clean water. It's dry already. What is that? Just be careful because it does dry quickly. Put some right here. This was just getting ready. Jeez. Oops. Not too much, but it's okay. Okay, so again, we're going to add some water to the paint. Because we don't want it really, if we do it, here's what it looks like when it's really thick. Well, actually, that's a good, really good. So you want kind of a pinkish color. And it's a dark red, so around the trees, leave your trees a little so you can see where tree markings are. And down here. So the reason why you want to do really light with your pencil is that you can see that your you want you to see where it is. You want it to help you mark the help mark the paintings and not actually show through the paint. Oops, it's tripping. You gotta be careful of it. Look, see it's dripping. Just be careful of it. Here. There's a little red in there.
But it was narrow, jagged, impossible without sun.
So how did you figure
that she was dead? It was narrow, jagged, and at least 50 feet to... That she was dead? It was narrow, jagged, and at least 50 feet...
Sorry about that. The dogs must have turned on. Dogs, why you leave the TV off for now? Anyway, so let's finish up the red here. Going around the trees. So if you want to make it a stronger red, you can. On the original painting, it's kind of pinkish. So it's just showing the different levels of the sand. There we go. And now we're going to put the umber in. The burnt umber, which is the darker brown. There we go. Okay, so wash your brush. I bet that one's going to be dry too. Let's see. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit darker, but we're still going to add water to it to water it down a little bit. It's not too strong. There we go. One or two little. Then we're going to go back up here. There's one here. And one here. Okay. Get rid of those drip marks. Okay. Now, wash your brush. Okay, now we're going to go to the white again, and we're going to actually do clouds now. So let's use this size of brush again. Let me just reusing. Okay, so for your clouds, we're going to put the white in first. Okay, so we're going to do a cloud here. So you just make a little cloudy cloud. And one here. I'm just like randomly putting the clouds in. And third one here. Paint. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do next is, okay, so here's the cloud part. Okay, now we're going to put the gray in to give it the, so if you look at clouds in the sky, you'll see that the top part is going to be white, and the bottom part reflects or is dark, a little bit darker, that is closer to the land. So we're going to use, it's called wash your brush. And we're going to use Payne's Gray. Get it's hardened already. That is so weird. I don't know why that's happening, but oops. Okay, Payne's Gray, and we want to add some water to it. And we want this really watered down, so you might want to take a little bit out of the cup, or whatever palette you're using, and add water to a little bit of it, because it's easier to make it. Let's add one more. So that's like 4 brushes full of water, okay? And I'm going to take a little bit of that moisture off my brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of this, and you're just going to want a little bit. You might go underneath like this. Okay. And you see how you can just use one brush full, I guess. Okay, really great way. So like, I think that's too strong. So I'm going to go and take a brush I haven't used yet. Just wash your brush for the gray. I'm just going to put a little bit of water on this. It's another brush. It looks like this. It's the same one, same size as the one we were just using, but I'm just going to use water in it, and I'm just going to make sure it's not too much water, but to lighten it up There we go, that's better. So just brush it like that. And then you'll say, oh, that's a cloud. That's right. You just want it just, I'm going to add some more white to that. So, I think it needs more white. So, wash your brush. Okay, and let's do some more white in there. Looks like we need some more white. Okay, let's put some more white here. Yeah, that's good. Let's have Brent pronounce your, and you can, it's called shading. You can shade in the bottom part so it looks like it's part of the cloud, not just like a line through it. Some more white. Shade. And some more white. I want to make a little billowy clouds, so it's a happy day, so just some more white in. So you don't need a lot of white. See how that shows up in the background? Maybe we should put a little bit more white, just so it shows up a little. Because I have a darker sky this time. Some more white here. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's just pure. I'm just using pure white. No, I didn't water it down. Just because I want it to be. There we go, that's better. You can see better. So I just use plain white too. There we go. Yeah, that's what I want. Yep. So if I was like, oh shoot, I want to blend it more. Whoops, wrong one. Wash your brush. And then take some water from your clean bowl that I just messed up, and put a little bit of water on it because that'll work. See that? You just don't want to put too much because it'll run, but that'll help you shade it in. See that? See some. So let's be shading a little bit. Okay. And let's put some more white in there. Here we go. Yep, that's what we gotta do is put some pure white in. Don't water this down too much. Okay, now we can come back in. I think we need to put some more. Wash your brush. And we'll come back and see how that dries. And then if we don't like it, we can add some more gray to it. Can you see that? I see that? Okay, I think you can. I wanted you to be able to see my hands and see the picture itself. I'm still perfecting my how I'm doing my presentation. Okay, so now we're going to work on the trees. Okay, now remember we did trees, practice trees. So we're going to do the trunks first, and then we'll do the dark green first, and then we'll do yellow on top of that, and see what it looks like, and then we can make touches to it, and then we'll do the bushes. Okay, so let's put the trunks in. You're going to be wanting a smaller brush, so we're going to be using one this size. And so we're going to use the umber and so this is the raw umber and the sienna, burnt sienna is that. We're going to use those two independently, but we're going to be using them together on the paint. Okay, so here's the first one. You can see where you don't have to go. You're supposed to be a guide. The pencils are a guide. So I have it go down into the ground. So I did the raw umber, and I'm going to do the burnt sienna. So it gives it a little character there. So those aren't going to show because it's going to be be covered by the leaves. Okay, let's do the other one, the other tree trunk. Again, raw umber first. This one is smaller, so it's further in the distance. Oops. And then the okay, I guess it's gonna be a little bit larger. And we'll fill in these gaps here when we finish the green part. Okay, so dark green. So I bet it's not gonna clean your brush. We use a small brush again, same size that we just used. And we're gonna use the, you can use greens. So this is green, just regular green. And then you can, when we put the yellow on, it will mix with the green and it will make it a lighter green. And sometimes I like to add a different green, but the first paint I didn't have to do that. Okay, next, we're gonna do the green. We're gonna take clear water, add it to your green color. We want it to be thick, but at the same time, you know, like we want it to be translucent. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it. What I'm going to be doing is laying a brush down at a time like this. See how I'm doing this? And I'm going to put them together. So it makes it the tree, the hood of the tree, like this. So it gives it the tree branch. And you want in between, make them in between. I mean, make space in between them. Let some of the trunk to show. Okay. Okay, let's do the other one. It's a little bit smaller. So I have it watered down, but I think it should be a little bit thicker. See how it has those, how it's making those. It's a little bit darker too, which is good. We're going to do the yellow really. There we go. Okay, wash your brush. Okay, we're going to add the yellow. Of course, it's dried. It's very weird. Yellow. Okay. Get some water from the clear water. There we go. So we want this to be a little watered down more than the green. Okay, so when you're painting, when you're painting different kinds of trees or grasses, you start with the dark color in the back, and the dark color will bring out the white color, the lighter color. So you don't have to do every one, but and if you want to add, so like I'm thinking I'm gonna add one because it's drying so fast for some reason. Don't know why, but today it's drying really fast. So what I'm gonna do is mix some of the green and the yellow and make it a different green, and come back and do put some more leaves on, so it has 3 different colors. I like to put 3 different colors in trees because that's what trees really look like. See how you can't really see here. So if I use yellow water, a little bit water, it would be better. But okay, so I'm not satisfied with this. So let's go wash your brush. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and put it into one of the areas that isn't being used. Wash my brush. Whoops, wash my brush. Keep washing the wrong one. And put some green in there. Just make it a lighter green. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of white in there, just to make sure it's a different color. Bring out the other color. Wash your brush. And put some white in there. Like that much white. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. There we go. Okay. I'm satisfied now, I think. Let's see what it looks like on the... There we go. See? There was a color before. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Not that much different, but maybe I need a deeper green. No. Let's try it. Put a little bit more white in it. Wash your brush. So it's like when you're doing a painting, you have to be satisfied with it too. I mean, why do it if you're not going to be satisfied, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add, clean your brush. Let's add a little bit of red to it and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's it. Add just a brush full of the red. There we go. This will be good. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. So add that. A little bit of reddish in there. Kind of orangey, really. Let's do the other one. There we go. Yep, that's it. So I'm just making little brush marks all over. And we come back with the green. Add some more green to it and some more yellow. Because that would have been one of the first colors we used. Okay. So green. Actually, okay. There we go. Let's add some more orange. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So you can touch up the other one. Touch up your trees to. And let's put some more. Let's put some more yellows in. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see how we made, how the background doesn't, I want, you can leave it that way, but I like it more like this, where it's together. So let's do the burnt umber first. That's the darker one. So we might come here like this. Okay. There we go. Let's bring up let's bring this up. I don't know if yours is going to be different than mine, but I'm just making the adjustments. Remember to add some water so it's not too red. More pink. Is it going to more to match the other side? Okay. So, let's put our bushes in. Again, we're going to start with let's see, we're going to be connecting the trees to the ground with the bushes. See how the bushes are. And they use green, and it looks like some blue in here also. So we're gonna just follow this line here across, and we're gonna use the same brush. Make sure it's clean, and let's start with the green. So water down the green. Water. Yep. And we're just gonna start going like this. So from a distance, it looks like bushes. Use too much water, it will run. Don't worry, you can catch the runs. Up here, here. And what we're going to do is, whenever you are painting, you decide where your light source is. Let's say ours is here. So we're going to be we'll do shadows to make it, give you depth to your pictures. Let's see, we're all the way across. Okay. There we go. So let's go use our orange. We just did for the trees. Let's put those in the bottom too. So we'll add water to the, so it thickens up a little bit. It's drying really fast. I mean, this is unusual. It dries this fast. Okay, so orange. And see how it ties the trees to the ground now when you put the bushes around, go all the way across. You don't have to do every one now, just every other one there, just to give it a look. And then we're going to go back and do wash your brush, and we're going to put in the yellow. Gosh, darn. Some more water in. Okay. Oh, I see why they did the blue now. Gives it a little bit more depth. Whoops, a bit too much pink there. Okay, let's do some brush your brush. And let's put some blue in this. Let's make it. I'm going to put some blue in the center here and add some water. Because we don't want it too thick. We don't, because it doesn't look like, see how they have the blue. It's just kind of like highlight. So like one here, one there, one there. Just gives it a little bit different color, I guess. Now remember, you are the engineer of this painting, so you can do whatever you want to this painting. And I'm just showing you different techniques. You should try to practice as much as possible. Okay, so I see in my painting what I want to do is to highlight these clouds a little bit more, and bring down the sky a little bit. I might be able to do it with the clouds. I won't be able to do it with water, but like having these meet better, I can use with water. But this is pretty much what we want to do. So decide what you want to, if you need any, look at your painting and decide if you need any highlights, or you want to redo a part or one part sticking out, or what you feel is unfinished. So now I'm going to just add some water to get it back, the gray back. We have one more thing to do about adding depth. Yeah, that's better. You want the clouds to show up a little bit better. So I'm just make little black clouds. And it looks like it should add a little bit more gray. Wash your brush. just a slight more, just a little bit more. So you can see a little bit. There we go. Yep. That's it. So take the line out. Okay. So take a couple more minutes to make your adjustments to your painting. And I want you to take a picture of your painting and send it to me so I can see what it looks like, because I can't see what you're doing, which is hard when you're trying to teach somebody something. But we'll see how this goes. I'm trying to take those lines out. This is where my run was, so see it's running again. Okay. So, oh, one more thing. So you should have a it's called a oh, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's it has a brush just like this. See how this is like really. So what we're gonna do is put our initials in the bottom. It's customary to do that. So, and as Bob Ross would say, it's a painting. Anyway, okay, so take a little break, shut me down, take a little break, and I'll get ready. I'm going to shut off and get ready for the next one. We have one more painting, so it's not too bad. I like this one better, though. So there you go. Good job for sticking with it, and I'll be right back. I'm going to shut this off for, it's going to be part 2.